YouTube, it's about TJDaKid back with another video. And I just did that Madden reaction vid, and I thought this was a Madden first gameplay, but this is College Football 26 first official gameplay. So obviously these gonna be two different vids. But let's get into it, man. Eric Wayweather, always with it, man.
Early gameplays of College Football 26. This video is presented by the EA Creator Network, as they did allow me to get this early footage. Earlier build of the game, so it's technically still a work in progress. In this video, I'm going to be bringing you 3 separate gameplays: one regular one online head-to-head, and one snow game. And I'm going to be breaking down all of the new gameplay features throughout, but I'm going to also let you listen to the sounds and some of the commentary at parts of the video as well. I'll also have some full raw gameplay tomorrow with no commentating. If that's what you're looking for, don't worry, I got you covered. Just make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss it. Now, right here, I wanted to just let you listen to the Virginia Tech intro because it's really
let me in the game, but let me hear it.
Keeps false copyright claiming Enter Sandman for whatever reason, so I can't play it in full. But over on my TikTok, which I will link below in the comments, I'll have the full intro posted there tomorrow.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team.
So let's get things started by using one of the new plays in the game. They added.
Okay, I'm actually like glad that he's actually talking over, because I ain't lying, him not talking over, I probably was finna cut this vid off. But
of them. This is a
talk me through it.
Option that I think is actually really cool. You can hand it off to the running back, of course. You can keep it with the QB. Let's see if we can
keep
it off.
Huss.
Running back searching for a hole.
I like that.
First down and wants more. He'll go out of bounds.
Let me not speed it up, actually. With gameplay, I want to see how fast they actually move.
The Hokies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Fundamental football with the Hokies.
Now, they also did a lot of work in the trenches this year on both sides, so run blocking should be better more times than not, especially if you're calling the right run versus the right front. But on the defensive side of the ball, the gap integrity is better, especially when you try to do things like jet sweeps and things like that. So the trench battle should be a lot better this year. Now, after a few plays of using our running back, I'm going to pull up my sub menu here by pressing up on the D-pad. I'm going to have my backup come in for the next play because we've already been using our star running back a little bit, and with wear and tear, we don't want to wear him down too quickly.
Right on. But look, hold on.
Using our here by pressing up on the D-pad, I'm going to have my backup.
It say he's changing his third down back.
We've already been using our star running.
Would that just be the running back?
Got the first down.
Or not? No sub needed. I know they got a power back. Running back. They getting in like certain spots, certain situations.
May have noticed or maybe didn't, because they didn't really talk about it too much. They did redo the kicking animations, which is something they've done for the first time in many, many years. The kicking animations for this game and Madden had kind of been the same for a long time. So if you notice, they did motion capture new, more accurate kicking animations. Small detail, but I think it does make kicking look a lot better. And I mean, we just want the game to look as realistic as possible. And what a tackle right there. Really.
He tackle that nigga like he got a neck pad on. Screen. Ooh. He should have fumbled that a little bit. I ain't lying.
So this nickel single mugs a new formation, and you'll notice some crazy blitzes, some crazy stunt plays in here. So we're gonna call this
look at the stunt.
We can maybe free up some of the defense to get to the quarterback.
Some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know
that didn't really get through.
There's some defense to get to the
but
quarterback.
Like just seeing it, I know it could get real glitchy, bro.
And you know he's just licking his chops.
I'm just knowing.
It's third down. I like to send pressure on third down. Crowds rocking. I did shade inside. Man coverage is pretty tight. They did work with man coverage this year, but when you're playing cover 0, you don't have that safety help. You can get burnt just like that. I did shade inside, but sometimes a good receiver, if he has position, which he did, he cooked us to the house. And they also said that it's going to be harder to do those 0 blitzes against good QBs this year, and Carson Beck is one of the better rated QBs.
Oh, I forgot Carson Beck was in
They get the ball out hot a lot quicker this year, so you can't really abuse those defenses.
I mean, Carson
quite
Beck,
like you could last year, and we paid for it on this play.
Went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again.
Let's see how he ball. Oh, it showed when they a star too. The only thing I wish that they added was like a speed, like put the speed somewhere. Speed is so important. That's why I say like add a speed somewhere. Other than that, I like the sub.
They're testing the right side here. runs ahead and powers.
Now notice right here how my running back's ability starts to glow. That means he is up tiering his ability. Now your abilities can go up or down a tier in game based on performance. So his downhill ability just got upgraded. So now I want to give him the ball and take advantage of this as we're going to truck forward for the first down. Now, another great feature this year is we can quick slide our line by flicking the right stick. So they have a star pass rusher on the left. If I want a half slide, all I had to do was flick my right stick to the left one time. If I want to do a full slide, then you just tap it to the left twice. And same thing for the right side of the field. So now you can slide your line to either side without having to press a bunch of extra buttons. Now, right here, we're going to try out another new play this year, the RPO peak wide pop. Now, this is a really cool one because you can hand it off, you can throw it to the tight end if they overcommit, or you could hit the outside if they play off coverage. So there's a possibility we could have everything here, but the outside does look open, so we're just going to hand it off and pick up the easy yards that way. Now, right here, I kind of predetermined where I want to go. It looks like I've got a one-on-one press. The deep ball is good this year. If the DB doesn't get his head around, he can't go for the pick, but he does actually get his head around at the last couple of seconds there. So this year, if you have the one-on-one, you can take it against DBs. If they're not turning around, they can't pick the ball off this year. As a user, I believe you can still get the picks, but the CPU cannot pick the ball off unless they are actually looking at it.
You're probably still gonna be able to turn your head.
Trying to take my shot there. But if you notice here on the replay, watch how the DB does get his head turned around at the last second, and he's able to put eyes on the ball.
But he to the line of scrimmage offensively. They want to go tempo right now. Now, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block.
But it do be some
I'm going to try out another cover zero blitz here. Let's see if Carson Beck gets the ball off again this time.
Like this. Shouldn't be no more of those.
Going to swing it on second down. Snagged out of the air.
The inside, at the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
Fiend!
Hokie Stone doing their part to help out on third down. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Now, right here, I got my safeties pinched in a little tight. That is a coaching adjustment this year. Going to try to tighten up the passing lanes here. But let me tell you about my terrible user. I'm on the tight end, and for some reason, I get caught looking in the backfield like an idiot, and I peel off. And now look what happens.
Yeah, he bullshit.
Touchdown, Hurricane.
He got that bullshit, boy. CPU working his ass.
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
He sound like the Madden commentator.
Looking to throw, it's Drones. Slips away. Slings it downfield. Complete downfield.
Keeping his eyes down the field.
He's gonna
I think all one had a step.
On the run, and
oh, they got different slide animations now.
He's gonna take
Cause CJ Stroud be sliding like this sometimes. Like sliding. Like kind of just diving forward a little bit.
Run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Running to Green.
I wonder how the pursuit gonna be.
But that option was executed.
Is the substitution screen in your coaching adjustments, so you can set auto subs for each. New feature this year is the substitution screen in your coaching adjustments, so you can set auto subs for each position group to deal with wear and tear. So for my running backs, I want to keep it on balance or keep them fresh because they're going to take the most abuse. Right now, I'm going to put my receivers on grind it out. I want my receivers to kind of stay out there because I'm going to need them. Same for my offensive line. I want them to grind it out. So you can either do the manual substitutions on the fly when you want, or you can set those auto subs. The choice is just kind of yours.
I'm gonna keep them fresh.
There's a lot of different ways to make sure you're keeping your guys fresh. Now here, I see that it looks like they've got inside leverage. They've done a lot of work with leverage this year.
Edge gonna be open. I'm knowing.
For an easy touchdown. Easy. If they're not going to be respecting leverage this year, you're going to be able to take advantage. However, on the flip side, if they play the correct leverage, they're going to probably be able to shut you down a little bit easier. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that this year.
I want to keep you shade inside,
and you might
like
notice
line them up inside, but shade outside.
In and out. That's just another small little tweak to home field advantage this year. Now we're going to go attention to that this year. Starting the second half, we got the crowd rocking field advantage this year. Now we're going to go back to the cover zero. We keep getting burned on it, and right here, I struggle to get to where I need to be in time. I try to get on the safety, but I don't get into the box quick enough, and they're going to be able to just gash for 6, which should happen on that play. I needed to get into the box, and I just couldn't get to my guy in time,
blitz,
and now Miami goes up 7 on us.
I wasn't able to do it, but I don't like playing like that anyway.
You're going to notice that my QB is going to take a pretty bad hit, and on the next play, the backup's in. So I pull up my
that's crazy.
subs to check, and it looks like the starter did injure himself, but he looks like he could still play. So we're going to make sure he comes back in because We're going to need the starter if we want to win this game, but the backup is going to come through on the 4th and 11 with a beautiful pass for the first down.
Getting subbed out, 4th and 11 with 2 minutes left.
Throwing this year, we've seen a few different QBs throw passes in this game, so it should stand out a little more to you. There's a ton of releases in the game now, higher releases, sidearm, low releases, so every QB throws the ball more accurately, and it just looks more like a real quarterback. Now here, we're going to fake him out with the pump fake and get a huge
But I never really realized like how entertaining it is just to watch somebody play the game, bro. Oh, I would say I don't think he had to high ball it, but at the same time I do think he did. That linebacker, I don't know if he was able to jump on that. Take it in. Ooh, ooh.
Safety depth and width in my coaching adjustments.
Yeah,
I'm pushing everything in tight
overtime.
because I want to be able to play the run, but also tighten up the passing lane since we're close to the end zone.
Cover four is a hell of a call too.
Adjusting your safety depth is a huge change this year. You can set them deep, you can bring them in tight, you can spread them out wide. So wherever your opponent's trying to attack, you can spread them out to better help them get to
I want to see that RPO, guess run, guess pass, or play the run, play the pass. I want to see that in action. They say they switched it up. I want to see that. It's hard to do that when you're going against CPU. Like, you can't tell them to do an RPO, but you know.
Looking to fire.
Ooh.
Catch in the middle, it's green.
Oh,
There he goes.
that looks so smooth the way he caught that. Like, it didn't look choppy. I just scored 6 like a touchdown.
And what a way to finish off the first game of college football 26. We're going to jump into the online head-to-head in just a second, but I wanted to show you a little bit of the post-game with them celebrating and also them coming out with the rivalry trophy. They added a lot of the rivalry trophies to the game this year, so you're going to see a lot more in this game than you did last year. Now for game number 2, we've got South Carolina versus Clemson, another rivalry game. I'm playing against Not the Expert, another YouTuber, and on the first play, he's going to the run. Trench is looking a lot better this year. Not going to say
look how he cutting up, though.
First play, he's going to the run.
Trench
is looking a lot better this year. Not going to say they're perfect, but they're a lot better. He makes me miss in the open field with the filthy juke, and on the first play, he's going to the house on me.
Who's that? Well, they had Sanders last year. I think. I don't know who that is. He got his shit on clamps.
Great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
He might have had that streak too. It's a good concept, though.
We'll put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
X got a step. Yep.
He hurls one deep down the left.
See, look, I like how he didn't get a speed boost, bro. And past like games, like he'll click on here and just get a speed boost. And I mean, it obviously depends on the speed and the player, but that speed, that clicking on a CB and getting just instant boost in speed, that shit's so annoying.
I saw him pressing, so I had to take the top off of the defense, and now we're hitting the Quan in the end zone, a new touchdown celebration.
I don't think they
Going
had
to
that
the coaching adjustments here because I know he likes to run the ball, and he popped us on the first play, so I'm going to adjust the safety depth and width. I'm going to bring him in tight. I'm going to pinch him so that we can get some more guys in the box to help defend the run. So you'll see the safety.
Oh, you can change the depth and the width. Okay.
So that we can get some more guys in the box to help defend the run. So you'll see the safeties are closer to the line. They're in tighter, so if he does try to run, we've got extra bodies to help. This can help spring up some of our other defenders to get free because everything's muddied up with all the defenders in the box, and we stuffed the run. And notice how his running back just down-tiered his ability. Because we stuffed him, now his ability has down-tiered, so he's not going to be as effective as he would have been previously.
Always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27.
Going man-to-man again.
Downfield, it's Sellers.
I don't think man-to-man to move, but I don't know why on 3rd down he want to go man-to-man.
Defensive plays, trying to use some of these exotic blitzes and stunts to try to see if we can get some people free at the quarterback. Notice how when he throws the ball, my defensive end jumps up to try to bat it. You're going to notice them do that a lot more this year. If they can't get free, they will try hard to bat the ball down. Going back into my safety, do that a lot more this year. If they can't get free, they will try hard to bat. at the
Oh,
ball
never mind.
now.
I thought I
Going
seen
back
something.
into my safety adjustments here, I set them back to default a few plays ago, but now that he is in the red zone, I want to bring everything in tight again, because if he runs the ball, this is going to help us, but also the closer you get to the end zone, you want to bring the safeties in tighter to help defend those seams a little bit better, because there's less space for them to work with. So now we're equipped to defend everything, hopefully here. He's going to
Oh,
throw it
hell
up.
no.
We go for the pick.
That was almost a
Somehow
good
we
ass
miss it, but we
pass,
did
though.
accomplish what we wanted to there in terms of making the passing window smaller and muddying up the box in case he wanted to run. Now we're just going to try to stick with that again. He's going to fake us out with the play action here, and he's going to take off. Lenore Sellers is a problem in this game, and he gets the first.
They'll try to get
Sellers
it in
with
with
them
the run.
glasses.
They
That looks nice. And he stayed.
back to throw. It's Sellers.
Oh, oh, that's good D.
It's a field goal team.
That's a good swat.
And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance.
That's how you, man, hold on. That's good DB. Well, that's how you play through the hands,
Back
goddammit.
to throw. It's Sellers.
Hell yeah, brother.
They'll go to work in the air on second down.
And quick
Good
out.
timing
Oh,
on the quick out. They're getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Wants to throw. It's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly
got saved
Now,
right
something
there.
you're going to notice here is he's going to go for a deep pass, and I'm going to go for a swat. You've seen me do that a few times in this video. The swats give you a little bit more coverage this year, so when you're not in perfect position for a pick, it's better to really go for those swats. They work really good. He cooks me with an out route here on third down. I was playing man blitz, and he cooked me to the outside. He's going back
He
to the
love
run
them
here
man
again. You'll
blitzes,
notice
boy.
run blocking is significantly better this year. I'm not going to say it's perfect, and it's never going to miss a block, but the trenches are a lot better this year. Now, here is something else I want you to notice. Lenore Sellers, we're going for all-out blitz here, but he has extender, and you'll notice it just up-tiered to Heisman as he shook off my DB, and now he's out breaking tackles, making a huge run. Watch it back. Notice right when he breaks the tackle, his extender lights up red. That means it up-tiered to Heisman because, as you can see, he's got momentum, and that means his ability is going to perform at the highest level. Going back to the safety adjustments
So I
here,
do
we're
it
going to bring him in
mid-play.
tight because it's a short yardage situation, and he's inside the red zone, so this is where we want to use that even more. And you
I'm
can
about
see
to
every
get
time
used
we
to,
do that, we have been
like,
defending
switching
the
it
run
pre-
well. Right
pre-
here, I'm going to
pre-
use another new feature.
snap.
I'm going to route commit
Like,
on my
change the
outside
width and the
corner. I'm
depth.
going to tell him to route commit to the
I
outside.
usually
because last
like
time we were in a
trying to
similar
do it
situation
do it
with the
within
off
the
coverage
play.
and I blitzed, he hit the out route for a first down. So if he thinks he's going to have that this time, we've route committed to the outside, and you can see he's all over it to break it up. Notice how the DB is going to favor the outside because I told him specifically, I want you to route commit to that outside. Don't give up this pass. And that's another one of my favorite features this year. So you can route commit to the outside or inside. You can do it on individual defenders, or you can tell your whole defense to do it. Now here's going to be another example. I believe on this play, he's either shading or route committing to the inside, and notice how I'm able to cook him on the out route. If you commit the wrong way, you're going to get cooked, but if you commit the right way, you can shut down routes very easily. Now all that's left for us to do is to punch this in right here before half, and we're going to walk into the end zone, and watch as I walk close to the goalpost. This is something new you can do this year. If you just walk to the goalpost.
Oh, that's him walking to the goalpost. Okay.
To the goalpost. This is something new you can do this year. If you just walk to the goalpost after a touchdown, they'll jump up and slap the bar in different ways. And I don't know, I just like little touches like that. Anything that makes the game look
I didn't
and feel
realize
more
that was
real,
him,
I'm
like,
all for
walking
it.
like
Again,
that,
here
though.
you'll see we still got those safeties in tight, and he cannot run the ball right now.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers.
Oh,
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes.
that left
at the
receiver
18.
routed his
Those
ass.
5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback
Sellers
on the
gone.
keep.
TD. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. I'm telling you. Oh. Surprised he caught him.
Looking to throw. It's Sellers. Got the quick pass.
I want you to notice on this play, I'm going to route commit my entire defense to the outside. So you'll notice that the in-breaking route is going to beat his man, but the out-breaking routes are going to be smothered, and that's where he goes. The safety also gets over the
that's
top.
bad
Look how he
reads.
plays the
Oh,
ball.
that's
When the
pick
safety
6.
is looking at the ball, or just defenders in general, they're going to react a
Oh,
little
no,
bit
Harbor
better this
gonna
year. You
catch
can
him,
see how he
actually.
was all over
That's
that.
99
They're really
speed,
giving
boy.
us all the tools we need to play defense how we want. Here, I'm pulling up my substitution. I can see my running back has some wear and tear injury, so we're going to have to sub him out here. We don't want him to keep getting banged up and either get hurt or just get to the point where he's not even usable anymore. But going back to the defense, the stuff they're giving us with all the safety depth, with all the unique blitzes, the ability to route commit, working on the leverage and the shading, I mean, it really allows you to fully scheme up
It's
defense
giving
the
you,
way you want it. So
freedom
anything that can be a problem in this game, you should have the tools
to adjust.
defend it now the way you want. And speaking of new mechanics, there's a new thing that's called untarget defender. So if you flick up on the right stick, you move the yellow icon, you can put it on a player that you want your O-line to ignore. Now, why would you do this? Because
how
mechanics, there's a new thing that's called untarget defender. So if you flick up on the right stick, you move the yellow icon, you can put it
I
on
gotta
a
learn how
player
to do shit
that
like
you want
that.
your O-line to ignore.
Slide
now,
the
why
line.
would you do this? Because what users like to do is, you can see he's mugging the gap with his safety, but he probably doesn't intend to rush with him. He's trying to rush the other guys, but he wants to confuse the O-line. So I can tell the O-line to ignore him or untarget him, so they will not see him as a rushing threat. And you can see because of that, we're able to pick up all of the blitzers and not get glitched out. And here you see on the next play, he's in the same defense. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to tell the offensive line to ignore him. So if he wants to get pressure with him, he's going to actually have to rush in with him, which he is doing, but he's not going to be able to stand there and just glitch out the
I feel like more people going to do that now, too.
After the incompletion, they go back
oh, you got X.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And they'll shove him out of.
Here you're going to see I'm going to bring up the substitution menu again. I'm constantly monitoring this, and we can see that the QB and my starting running back both have some wear and tear going on, so we got to monitor that and be safe. But we're going to try to take it outside here with the running back and get to the end zone. He plays to the inside. I think he thought I was going to juke back in because normally that's what I do, and I just kind of kept it at the pylon, so he kind of just stood there waiting for me to juke in, and it just never happened. And just always be mindful of that when you're playing other users. Don't always do what they expect you to do. Here, again, look, going for swats. I think the swat button is really good this year. And you'll notice I just set my safety depth to go deep now because we don't have a lot of time left. I got a 2-possession lead. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy. I don't want to give up a quick score, so I'd rather not get beat by any big plays. I'm okay with giving him the underneath stuff because if it takes him some time to score, he's going to need an onside kick to beat me anyway.
I like those adjustments, bro.
Working their way closer and closer. A third down.
That boy in punt coverage, though. That nigga deep.
And he continues scrambling around with Lenore Sellers. He's a hard guy to get a hold of.
I never knew
the field wide
Sellers'
open. That was
first
an easy
name.
pass. And I want you to watch how bad my user is here. I mean, I just ran right past him. My user needs work. Tackling in this game is a little bit difficult at times, but that was just inexcusable.
Try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. Under fire. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive.
Going for the onside kick, we're going to recover it, and we're going to get the dub, and you're going to see yet another new rivalry trophy that's in the game this year. Second rivalry trophy under our belt. Now, let's get into this snow game. I wanted to include a snow gameplay for multiple reasons. Number one, it looks way better than last year, so I wanted you to get a good look at it.
I don't even think I did one snow game.
It affects the gameplay more than it did last year, especially the wear and tear. You're going to see more potential injuries and just wear and tear effects because of the weather. And of course, I had to go to Penn State versus Michigan. You can see some Bryce Underwood gameplay and just feel the Penn State environment when we cut to the audio. But I also want to point out Penn State has some crazy new plays. They have the shotgun gate formation. They're one of the playbooks that has the most new plays. Again, across the entire game, 2,800 plays. So we're going to use some of this crazy stuff. And Penn State has the playmakers to make these formations pretty tough to go against. I can't wait to see what people cook up with these crazy formations, especially
is that a double
this
pass?
shotgun gate. You've got, jet sweeps, screens. You've got some deep pass options in here as well. You can really get creative with it.
Looking to throw yet again. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. On 1st and 10. Let's go. And the wideout goes in motion. Takes the toss, heads to his right. Breaks free. He's in the clear. Scanning the field. It's Allen.
Easy.
Dump off caught by the running back.
Hell no.
Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Ross. Tackle at this hole now. We'll try to run it with the option. Pitches to the back. And he fights in for the score.
That's just speed.
Penn State.
A few new things I want you to notice here. Here's another new touchdown celebration. They added a number of new ones, and you can find them all in the menu. Penn State also has a signature team celebration they do when they score.
I didn't know they did that.
To the game. Also, when I go for the end zone here, notice how I manually reach out. I kind of was a little late because I couldn't tell where it was because of the snow, but if you hold up on the right stick, you can now reach the ball out manually.
But you can't fumble like that. No bomber.
So Michigan's offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. They will go up against a secondary group that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys
Can't get caught.
They have specifically.
Oh, I see what I did. Penn State. Oh, that's hard.
There's secondaries around the country.
It's crazy that they whiteout game, they don't wear white. The opposing team wears white, I believe.
The best group of defensive backs. I think this defense and this secondary specifically.
I think they did that last year too.
He's in the clear.
That Mo Bamba.
Now, you know I had to let you listen to Mo Bamba, but it all sounds better this year because if you notice, the crowd sings along to these songs now, which is great. But I'm running a replay here because I want you to see what I did. I adjusted my zone to go further down. So custom zones is a new feature that I haven't talked about yet. You can basically take any zone now, which is great. But I'm running a replay here because I want you to see what I did.
Oh, I see. But it's so much like new shit on here, but like, you're really gonna be able to do it.
I adjusted my zone to go further down. So custom zones is a new feature that I haven't talked about yet. You can basically take any zone on the field and you can adjust it as deep as you want or as short as you want. It's basically like route stemming last year on offense, but you can do this with zones on defense. Here on third down, you'll see I'm doing it again on the left side. I'm dropping my purple zone down into the hard flat. I'm dropping the hook zone linebacker a little more shallow too because it's a short yardage situation and I really want to clamp down. You can do this with any defender by pressing A or X.
Or you really could have just put triangle there. I mean,
move the left stick up or down to adjust them to go short yardage situation, and I really want to clamp down. You can do this with any defender by pressing A or X and then holding down the LB or L1 button, and then you move the left stick up or down to adjust them to go where you want.
It's down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Caught in the back.
Five ain't got nobody, bro.
And this one goes no. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab near the sticks.
VT got to make a play right there, baby.
Let's talk about some new plays. So here, we're going to look at these double motion plays in the Penn State playbook. So watch when I go to hike the ball, the quarterback and the running back will both shift over, and then the running back is now the quarterback. He will receive the ball, and this is just some more trickery you can use in the game this year. I'm always going to be a fan of new plays, new ways to play the game, and they've given us a lot of different options this year with all of these new plays. But it still ain't enough for me to get a touchdown on this drive because I turned it over on downs. Now, we're on the defensive side of the ball. There's 1 second left before half. I think they're too close to really kneel it down here. They're going to try to run the ball, and just unfortunate for them, we bust through the line there, and we get the safety. That is a huge way to end off the half. We couldn't get 6, but we still got 2.
First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Down play here. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here.
It's actually impressive to get a safety. Oh, damn, I bit my shit. To get a safety on the CPU.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here.
Balling that little bitch. See that little swerve and shit. I don't know why users just naturally swerve. That's just a side difference. It's a good ball.
Inside the 30, and he's still running. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Okay.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this.
And as you've seen a few times in this video, those one-on-one shots, you can take them this year more confidently. Not that they didn't work last year, but they're going to be, I think, even a little bit more effective this year in the right situations. I went for the swat, just didn't get in the right position, and I got cooked for a touchdown. Some other things that I do want you to take note of as the video is coming closer to an end is some other just smaller things that they added to the game. Like if you notice on defense, the players move pre-snap, they throw up hand signals, they move around. This was in Madden last year. I'm glad that they added it to college football because it does just make the game look better. It's visually pleasing to see the players move around and act like real life players. So that's another little kind of quality of life thing that they did there. And here we're getting another wear and tear injury. I haven't really been monitoring it great this game, so that's on me, but the snow is definitely something you need to be mindful of. Also, watch on the replay here how the lineman gets up to try to bat the ball down. We've seen that happen a few times in the video today, but that is something that you will see more in the game this year.
I wonder, are they actually hitting passes though? Like for the shorter quarterbacks, you know, they say they got different arm angles and shit.
He's running out of time here. And he hauls it in.
Oh, wow.
15 still going. Tackle
That's good
right
feet.
at
He started gripping that whole one hand.
First and goal.
In the snow.
7.
What a gain here.
Back to throw. It's Aller. Here's a
That's
screen
good
pass
block.
to the
Oh,
right.
and he pancaked somebody.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is why they love this guy so much, is when it's crunch time, he makes play.
He'll run. He'll set up to throw. Quick pass to the flat. Off the play fake. Looking to pass it. Quick throw over the middle.
Why they calling out a
Makes the
screen?
catch. They break. Quarterback pulls the
Oh,
ball. It's a keeper. And it'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. They'll crank up the tempo here on second down. The time is running out. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man.
damn.
He's got it right in the
Hey,
end zone.
Ray would be getting this shit work, boy.
Touchdown, Michigan.
It is CPU though.
Looking to throw it on first down.
Inside zig.
Makes the grab. It's Ross. So here comes the
I'm not
kicking
trusting
team
myself
on
to kick the
They'll
field
settle
goal
for
in
three.
NCAA, bro.
Ball spotted at the 30. This field goal
Exactly.
to win it
And the
from
snow, too, is
47
crazy.
yards out.
But this is where it gets exciting because now this is about to go multiple overtimes and be a real shootout. We're going to dial up a huge play here on third down. We needed that. We needed the score. But something interesting happened. Bryce Underwood somehow was not able to continue. He must have just gotten hurt, too much wear and tear. We did put a lot of hits on him, so it does make sense. And we're putting hits on the backup as well. He throws up a prayer, and I get lost on my DB. Couldn't really get my head around to get a pick. So we get beat with a jump ball. I know some people will like to see that because we don't see a lot of that in the game these days. So we've seen a lot of deep shots. There we get hit with a
They
jump
put
ball.
it
And
on
now
that backup.
Michigan's on their third quarterback because, as you can see, we're putting a lot of
Damn.
pressure. I've sent a lot of blitzes in this game because I want to get pressure at the QB. Now we're trading field goals. Just sit back and watch how this unfolds.
On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he's in. They get the two-point conversion. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score.
I'm talking about good hard nose too. We running the ball.
They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. They go for a two-point try to win the game right here. They'll try to run this one in. No, he does not get in. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he's in. Must answer from
He
3 yards
cold.
out to keep this game alive.
9 times in 10 they running.
And they're trying to punch it in here.
Ball
Stop
game.
short, and it's game over. This defense
Jeez.
rises up and wins it right there. Test.
Hey man, comment out how y'all feel about the gameplay, man. The game comes out in a week, man. Vid's gonna be up. Vid's gonna be up.
Tell me something I don't know, some y'all know ain't something I don't know. Yeah. Boy, I been trapping my ass off, fucking I'ma hit up the old phone. Everybody see that sack, now everybody hit up the deep phone. Don't hit this phone if you ain't trying to spend no money, I'm trying to get this P on.
Subscribe to the channel, bro.